Hey y'all, good morning. Welcome back to Brush and Bramble Farm. I'm out in the barn milking goats. And it's funny because sometimes I think I should just dry them off. I really don't want to do this anymore. Actually, that's why I went down to one milking a day. When I was doing two, I work evenings as like a bartender waitress, and it just got hard because I'm not done at the same time, and to do 12-hour milking just became a little difficult. But even some days when I have so much to do, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to milk those goats today. Maybe I should just start drying them off. But then it's things that have been happening recently that make me think I will never dry them off. I mean, I guess you have to be living under a rock at this point to not have heard about all these like food processing facilities that have just mysteriously caught fire. Okay, we're back. That it mysteriously, I have Lainey's leg. She's the only one that I have to do this to, and I don't understand why she can't just be a good girl. Why? Anyways, so I don't know how many we're up to now, but I feel like it's like 15. But I'm also kind of dramatic, so maybe it's not. I'll look at and I'll put it on the screen how many we're up to now. But it's been since like the end of February, which, I don't know, my sense of time isn't very good in the first place. But at first that felt like a long time, but then I got thinking that it's just the beginning of May. So realistically, it's only been like 2 months. And for that many processing facilities to have had incident, however you want to say it, that's not a coincidence, friends. And it just makes me realize, like, how prepared we need to be. And I don't think there's going to be, like, legitimate food shortages. I think just the prices of things is going to go through the roof, and you're just not going to be able to afford all the things that you want. Well, folk like me. Some folk will still be just fine. But, like, in preparation, I do want to show you all the things that I have started so far. It's honestly just normal gardening stuff, but I wanted to can more than I did last year. So I do have so many tomatoes, and I do have some that I plan on selling. There's a few little like vendor malls that I sell my soap and other products at, and they do like Saturday flea markets. I think one is once a month and one's like every weekend. I do want to do some of those in a couple weeks and sell some of the extra tomato starts that I have, because I know you can get tomato starts anywhere, but I grew some of the fun kind, and you can't find those everywhere. But it just puts things into perspective. I have also bought 30 pounds of like just regular sweet potato, 3 different varieties, 3 10-pound bags. Those are the good storage ones. I bought 2 small bags of like cute ones. I bought a bag of purple and a bag of like little red potatoes. But I have to get the space plowed still. Hoping my dad comes up and does it on the tractor like he did last year. Why are you being so rude? I don't understand it. Like, and she normally kicks, but not this much. Maybe it's me talking. Maybe she thinks there's someone with us. I don't know. But I'm hoping my dad comes up with the tractor and plows the spot. I honestly don't know how much space I need for 30 pounds of sweet potatoes. But I am going to make, like, note of how many pounds total that I am putting in the ground. Just so I can see, because realistically, it was $10 for a 10-pound bag. The cute brands, the purple and the red potatoes, they were more, not more than 10, but it's only like 3-pound bags. I would say they were like 5 or 6 for like 3 pounds. They might be 5, but I think it's just like a 3-pound bag. So those were obviously for fun because I don't know how much I'll get out of those. But I do want to make note and then make note of how many pounds I actually get at the end of the summer, just to kind of see what my cost of goods was. I want to try to preserve so much this year. So actually my number one thing to purchase in preparation for all this is like canning jars. I have some, but I don't have near what I want / need. So that's kind of my number one right now. But once I'm done milking here, I will take you guys out and show you all my little starts. I'm kind of proud of them, but not at the same time because they're behind. I'm proud that they're there. I'm not so proud that I waited so long to get them started or to up pot them, really, is a lot of the issue. But you'll see. That's Winona, you can hear. She's really dramatic. So while she's eating, I want to show you, woo, the sun. I want to show you the site of my future potato patch. Now this is just the back side of the barn. There's my old goat barn. Shiny new goat barn. Back here. Alright, let's flip you around. So this is my rabbit tractor that needs to get cleaned out and moved. This was an almost hay shed. It's one of those carports from Harbor Freight. It honestly probably would have been perfect, but we set it up on a side hill, and it was one of those should have known betters, but it collapsed during the snow. So got to get that taken down. I'm hoping to get that done today, maybe tomorrow or this weekend, but I'm hoping for today. But this is the future site. I'm not really sure the dimensions of this, but I do plan on going probably from here-ish all the way back to the other side of that tractor, and like basically this whole length, leaving enough for like a walkway through here. That is my compost pile that needs a lot of work. These are hay bales that someone gave me, well, my neighbor gave me for free. He said his cows didn't like it, but it was really dusty and I didn't have a place to store them properly, so they actually kind of went bad. Not kind of, they did. They got moldy inside and obviously they were wet. I'm hoping, I'm going to post in my little, one of my Facebook groups that I'm in, to see if I can use that as mulch for my potatoes. I'm kind of feeling like I can. I just hope that the mold doesn't like kill my taters. So this is the future site of hopefully many, many pounds of potatoes. I actually think I might grow some corn. I bought seed corn last year, like the sweet corn, the big packs, but I didn't plant it because you can pick up corn. Let's get out of that sun. You can pick up corn relatively cheap when it's in season and can it that way. So I didn't really think it was worth the hassle, and I didn't want to take up space in my garden for it. But now that I had this new plot, I think I might try because I already have the seeds. We'll see. If I have extra space from the potatoes, I definitely will. If not, probably not. I don't know. To be determined. Alright guys, messy bun and all, here we are in the basement. So this is where I have my grow lights, all my starts. I did have them upstairs, it just took up way too much space. So I moved them down here. We have a dehumidifier going. I always say we, even though it's just me. I have a dehumidifier going. It does still get a little moist down here, so I think next year I'm going to have to do something else or get another dehumidifier. I'm going to turn these lights off and then we'll check out my plants. Hey guys, editing Kayla here. I was going through my video and realized when I paused it, I didn't hit record. So here we have all my tomatoes. These are the ones I plan on keeping for myself. These are like the better container. These ones are pretty cheap. They're still decent. I actually get a second year use out of them. I used them last year too. But when I was filming earlier, I noticed these little mushrooms. So I posted in one of my groups because I've never experienced that before, and everyone said it's fine, that it's good livable soil. So I really hope that's the case. But I have about 2 flats saved for myself, a few of each variety really, except for the San Marzanos. They are my favorite paste tomato. I planted 10 of those, or will be planting. But my local store that I sell my products at, they do flea markets. So I think I'm going to take some of those tomato starts there and try to pawn them off on some good people. I have peppers there. Those are Brussels sprouts. They'll be going out soon. I've been working on harding them off. There's some spinach there. These are calendula. Lots of peppers. More tomatoes. More tomatoes. I have lettuce. That will be going in my green stalk. Black-seeded Simpson and Little Gem it's called. I also have some loofah started there behind them. Here I have a bunch of herbs. Some that, actually, all of those I've bought. Morning Glory, flowers, and more tomatoes. This is the flat flowers as well. Onion starts that didn't go so well. I'll be honest, I started these upstairs next to the sliding door because it gets good light, but I just don't think it was good enough. And on top of all that, I wasn't the best at like maintaining them through water and trimming. So like this little buddy here looks good, but these might be a pain. I have been starting to harden them off though so that I can get them planted, and basically we'll see what happens. They're from seed, so if it's a loss, it's really not that big of a loss. But those are all the starts I have so far. There's so many tomatoes. I can't wait to get these in the ground. We only have a couple weeks left, so I kind of hope they start taking off a little bit more. A lot of these were just up potted about a week and a half ago. And that's what I meant by that I was so far behind, because these should have been done a few weeks ago. But regardless, they look really good. Alright, over here we have more flowers and herbs. Little baby marigolds coming up. It's so exciting, so when I was down here earlier, none of those had come up yet. These are a tray of ranunculus. I bought these last fall. Didn't do anything with them. But I saw somewhere that you soak them, you put them in the soil. This way they gain roots, because when you get them, they're just it's a corm and it's dry and it's creepy. It reminds me of spiders and I don't like it. Let me see. Here's one. It's just starting to get roots. So thinking another week or so, I'll get those outside. Once I find a place to put them. These are some of the seeds that I started last night. These are mostly like melons and squashes. I figure they'll only have a few weeks before they need to go outside. Literally 2, maybe 3. But I'm thinking that at least they'll be further ahead than if I planted seed outside. That's my thought process to it all. But look at those little babies coming up. More marigolds. Little baby Cosmo. And these are more herbs. So I have a lot going. So I think the one green stalk will definitely be herbs. Maybe a few flowers just to make it pretty. So yes, I think one of these green stalks will be lettuces. The other one will be herbs. And maybe a few flowers to make it pretty. But I'm just so excited to get my garden full of all these beautiful plants. I'll have to show you a before and after. I'll throw in a before picture. Here's my garden now, looking rough. And then I can't wait to show you guys what it's going to become by the end of the season.